Hi, and welcome to 3 Minute Daily. I'm your host, Rob Bob. Today's subject is 401ks, IRAs. Is it time to cash out? I've been contemplating this question, and to be honest with you, I'm going for it. So there's some things that have been happening recently that persuaded me, and I wanted to share them with you, and I want you to do the research and decide if it's right for you. So let's go back to 2007. The Democratic Party caucus concocted an idea which involved the nationalization of 401ks, IRAs, and other retirement instruments. The idea was purely political, and it was to seize control of the assets to bail out Social Security and provide a guaranteed return for all American citizens in their golden years. The initial program was concocted by tax-evading congressman from New York, one Charles Rangel, and Nancy Pelosi from California. The idea was to provide a guaranteed return of 3% plus the official Bureau of Labor Statistics Consumer Price Index for that year. The proposal was shelved, however. So now let's fast forward to the last couple of days. This is the end of November 2012, and articles have suddenly started to appear as the political elites banter and argue about the fiscal cliff and the perceived crisis which is going to follow. These articles are easily accessible on the web. It took me all of 5 minutes to find them. Use Google News is one thing you can use, and enter your information here and see what comes up. Every day that goes by, the results will increase and increase. They are going to try to soften your stance for the eventual confiscation of your retirement plans. So every day there's more and more of these stories appearing, and they're easy to find. But there's one professor in particular that's being used as a spokesperson to, again, help mold your opinions and prepare you for retirement fund confiscation. Her name is Teresa Ghilarducci, a professor, and she's being used as a cover for the proposal because the likes of Rangel and Pelosi would never attach their name to such an idea because of it becoming immediately radioactive and creating a firestorm of opposition. So here's one possible scenario that could happen, and I think has a good chance. Starting in 2013, the pain from increased withholdings and paychecks and the rapid decline in equity prices is really going to freak out the American people, and they are going to demand action to save their retirement and stop the economic contraction. This is the only opening that Capitol Hill will need to strong-arm an absurd piece of legislation which will encompass everything from guarantees for unions and government pension programs to the expansion of Social Security benefits. So, as far-fetched as this idea is, 5 years ago, socialized healthcare in America was considered laughable. If one takes a moment to review how nationalizing all the retirement programs could cure several problems at once, it becomes a logical and potentially nightmarish scenario. Here's how. One, it cures the solvency issue of major financial institutions. And two, it provides the illusion of solvency for the Social Security program. And three, it gives American citizens the false perception that they will have a solvent and safe retirement vehicle with no taxation or management concerns as the government takes care of everything. So the unforeseen final benefit for those in power, especially those at the Federal Reserve and central banks around the world, is that by seizing these assets, America will appear to be stable enough to take a leadership role in the establishment of an ITU, that's an international trade unit, also known as a single world currency. All these policies, I feel, are being put in place to steer us towards a cashless and one currency society around the globe. Why? It gives people in power more control over you and your daily lives. So again, the question is it time to cash out your 401k or IRAs? Well, it's a personal decision and only you can answer that. But I'm here to tell you that there is information coming out now on a more regular basis that indicates that down the road the federal government is going to be looking at your assets and looking to confiscate them to help alleviate our financial problems. I personally don't want the government managing my finances, and I think I'm going to cash out and reduce my debt. And I think you need to look to the future and decide whether or not reducing debt now outweighs having a small retirement income later. Do the research yourself, make your own decision. So that's your 3-Minute Daily for today. I'm your host, Rob Bob. Thanks again for watching. See you next time.